All right, our first guest is already ready to come on up here. Let's bring him up here. He's from Australia. He is a 3-time world superbike champion, and he is racing with us here today. He's been racing Ducatis his entire life. Here he comes up onto the stage. Please welcome Troy Bayliss, ladies and gentlemen. Troy, welcome up here to the pre-show. Kris, Carr, and myself here. Troy, what'd you think of the mile so far?
Oh, well, first, mate, thank you. It's so nice to be here and be part of the show. I got to ride the bike about a week ago down in Savannah and got a half-a-day test, so I'm so happy that I got to do that, because the first session out here this morning, it opened my eyes up wide to it, and I'm starting to feel a bit more comfortable now. There's a bit of a groove coming in. I really know it's a hard job to come here and do special the first time around, but, I'm going to do my best, and for me, it's all about here. I'm here to try and help, flat track or dirt track in general, and get it back. It's on the way back up, but we want more of that.
Well, I watched you throughout practice. It seemed you had the most difficulty getting a turn at the exit of turn 2. A couple close calls with the outside wall. How has your comfort level increased from the first lap out to where you were in the last session? Because we noticed that your lap times dropped significantly. Yep. You appear to be a little racier. How are you feeling?
Honestly, the first session out there, it was not real good at all. And second session, I took like 2.5 seconds off, and I felt good on the bike. And I went faster again in the third, even though we made a change to the bike, which actually didn't help me. So if we go back halfway, I've got a smile on my face, so I must be enjoying it. I did leave a mark over there between 2 and 3 on the wall, and took half a foot peg off. So yeah, I've tasted the wall already.
Good for you.
You've already been at the wall at about 140 miles an hour. That's nothing, though. You're used to going fast. You're a 3-time world superbike champion. How does the Springfield Mile compare?
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't really matter which track you're on. When you're trying to find the limit of the track on yourself, it always feels fast. So, like riding around here at these speeds, it is a fast track, that's for sure. And it takes a while to get the feel of like laying it in, still on the throttle into these corners. But yeah, like I say, I'm digging it, and the people have been really good to me over here. It's nice to be part of the Lloyd brothers motorsport team, and Ducati are back on track, and I hope it just brings a new crowd to the events.
You mentioned earlier you're hoping that your presence here helps elevate flat track worldwide, and we've heard of the interest in Fans Choice TV for those that are in Europe, and certainly back at home in Australia where you're from. Yeah. What is your personal goal beyond being the best racer that you can be, but what do you see internationally for flat track in the future? Yeah,
well, I'm sort of past my use date, I guess you could say, but I mean, I can still ride around all right, and it's about promoting this sport. And I mean, in Australia it's growing as well, but I honestly believe that road racing is doing a bit of a tough time at the moment, and I'd just love to see all the manufacturers involved, and eventually we'll get a World Series going. But I mean, it's so exciting to ride, and it's like I started out doing dirt track when I was a junior, and I finished my career like winning the World Championship and being in the best teams with air-conditioned pit boxes and all that, and now I'm back working on my own bikes and having fun in the dirt, and so I must love it, that's for sure.
So are you planning on staying here for the entire year, or you're going to be going back and forth to Australia?
Yeah, no, I'm out of here after Sacramento on the Monday, and then back in July, and then of course back in September, and hopefully I keep on improving and I can get up there.
Well, now that you've had a chance to ride the Ducati Scrambler on a mile, and you've ridden it on a half mile in Savannah, do you expect to build your own down in Australia and see what you can do on some of the bigger half-mile tracks that they have down there?
Yeah, well, I've already been speaking to the Lloyd brothers, and I see a few old chassis sitting there in the shed, and I enjoy riding the bike, and they are a different thing. When I first hopped on the bike, it felt like an alien to me. So, yeah, of course, I'm already thinking about building one up back in Australia and putting some miles on it.
Oh, good for you.
Well, Troy, opening ceremony is just about 15 minutes away. I know you got fans over there that want to meet you, so the paddock is open for 15 more minutes. Thanks for coming over here and meeting us here on the pre-race show, and best of luck to you today and all this entire season.
Yeah, thank you, guys. It's great to be here, and I'm going to enjoy myself. Thanks.
All right, that is Troy Bayliss, 3-time world superbike champion. He also has 1 MotoGP win. We'll send him back to the pit area, and he was a little bit off the pace at the start, but he's gotten faster and faster every time out. I think his main goal right now is to make it to the main event. I think he can do it.
Well, it's very interesting to watch his continued forward progress, and we'll find out at what point that progress kind of gets halted. So it'd be very interesting to see how things work for him.
We'll see how that goes. He's riding the Lloyd brothers Ducati, but now switching back over to our fast qualifier company regime. I can see the big beard is here already, and then Kris Schoonover will be here in just a few moments because the beard has to sit down first. But our GNC 1 class is the Harley-Davidson GNC 1 class presented by Vance & Hines. Here with Harley-Davidson Motor Company, please welcome Kris Schoonover. Kris, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great. Had a great ride up. Came from Southern Illinois, and I was watching Fans Choice TV all the way in the car on the way here. So I'm right with everything that was going on.
So you know Brad Baker's our fast qualifier.
Yeah, that's great to hear. We've done some work with that bike, and hopefully it pays off today.
All right. So with Harley-Davidson sponsoring the GNC 1, your company has done something that hasn't been seen in flat track before. You're offering up a pool of money, not only for racers of Harley-Davidsons, but also the other brands. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Sure, Kris. We had an opportunity to better position Harley-Davidson with flat track. I mean, we've been partners with AMA Pro. We've been partnering with flat track forever. And here's just another way for us to make a statement. Hey, we're here for the long run. We'd love everyone to run Harley-Davidsons, but understand that not everyone does. And we're just happy to and thrilled to be the title sponsor of the class. And then we also have a little bit of a sweetheart deal with those that are riding Harley-Davidsons. There's a $25,000 point fund that's just for them.
Well, that's a great to see you reach out on behalf of all of flat track. And as somebody who's been around it my entire life, I thank you for that. And Harley-Davidson especially.
It seems like Brad Baker has healed up. He had a couple of racing injuries, one was off the racetrack, and now it seems like he's healed up. He looks very strong. I know the mile's not quite as physically demanding as, say, Daytona was, so what are your thoughts coming into today? Do you think Brad Baker can pull off with the Grand National victory?
I think it's definitely in his wheelhouse. We did some testing late a few weeks ago in Michigan, and unfortunately, we weren't against anyone else, but it just felt like so right. He's back. He's healed. The bikes are in good shape. We're thrilled to have Springfield start today.
Well, welcome back to the Springfield Mile. I trust we'll see you at several races throughout the year. Thanks for being a part of Flat Track again, and we look forward to seeing you down the road and progress on the beard growth.
Thanks. It's great to be here, and I just want to say thanks for all of you watching. FansChoice.tv, especially Eddie Krawick.
All right, you guys took care of your sponsors too. Kris, have a good time. We'll see you on top of the box maybe later on with the number 6 rider or another Harley-Davidson. So we're going to bring up our next guest here in the pre-race show. The open paddock area is about 12 minutes left in the open paddock area. We have opening ceremonies at 1 o'clock today. First heat race at 1:30. Let's bring up our representative from Dunlop. Please welcome Shaun Bell to the pre-race show. Shaun, slide on in here. Welcome. Thanks for being a part of AMA Pro Flat Track Racing. You guys have stepped up big this year. Tell us what's new with Dunlop tires.
So Dunlop tires, we're going to be the spec tire coming out of Hagerstown most likely, and we're going to see how our inventory looks. But right now, the spec tire for today is the Goodyear tire, and it's been for years now. But we've been promoting the sport, and we're going to transfer product to Buffalo, New York here coming up here soon. So,
what is the difference? We look at the tires, and visually you can't see a whole lot of difference. We know that the mold appears to be the same Goodyear mold, but what is Dunlop doing differently than Goodyear, say?
For sure. Yeah, so what we've done is we've transferred the product over to Buffalo, and we're currently going to be using all the technologies and materials and compounds that we use in our standard motorcycle tires. So we're bringing that to the sport as far as we're bringing our efficiencies that we have in our plant where we produce all of our motorcycle tires for Harley-Davidson and including other top manufacturers like Kawasaki, Yamaha, and all the big names. So we're going to bring that technology and knowledge to the flat track.
Well, great. Well, welcome. Officially, with your own product coming up here in a couple months, we look forward to seeing its progress as the year goes on.
Shaun, after the 25-lap Grand National main event, after our victory podium is wrapped up, there's actually going to be a Dunlop tire test right here on this racetrack, again, depending on what the weather's doing. What are you looking to accomplish during that tire test?
So we were here last year also, and we did a short test. So we learned a few things, but as us being the spec tire, we just want to absolutely confirm we are okay with our final spec before we go into the next Springfield race. So what we learned today is going to be applied, and we're going to be in production, full production for the Springfield in the fall here, excuse me.
Well, that sounds great. Shaun, thanks for stopping by in this pre-race show. It's really short here today. We're a little bit behind the 8-ball. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for being a part of AMA Pro Grand National Flat Track Racing. That is Shaun Bell with Dunlop Tires. So it's been going pretty quickly already. Ladies and gentlemen that are in the pits, there's 10 minutes left in the open paddock area. At that time, all non-credentialed spectators need to be back in the grandstands. At this time, we got about 10 minutes left. Opening ceremony is just 10 minutes away. I believe we got time for one more guest. Who we got? Who's coming up? It looks like Keith McCarty is here from Yamaha Motor Company.
Hold on just a second there. We're going to have, yeah, never mind. Welcome, Keith.
Hi, how are you?
We are doing good. Welcome up here to the Springfield. We can slide that out of there for you if you would like to take it out. Look, get you a little closer here. There you go. Now
Perfect.
We can put it right there so everybody can see you. Keith, welcome again. Thanks for being a huge sponsor, and you got a contingency program going this year for Yamaha Motor Company. Thanks for being a part. You are part of our pre-show down Daytona. Thanks for coming all the way out here to Springfield.
Yeah, I'm really happy to be here. I've been invited numerous years, but this is my first trip, and I'm really excited. What a great facility, and the excitement's in the air here for a prestigious event, so I'm really thankful I'm here.
Well, as a manufacturer, getting back involved in dirt track for the first time in, nearly 30 years, yes. What is it you wish to accomplish this time that maybe didn't happen the last time? And why are we here?
Well, I think we finally have a product that we can get it back out here. I think that will work well with the dirt track program, the FC07 engine, and so, I guess hopefully people that want to race Yamahas, we want to give them a reason to race a Yamaha. So, we've started off with a contingency program for even the singles down into GNC2 and GNC1. Show them that we are committed to doing this, over $100,000 up for grabs of the Blue Crew program. And the next thing is really get the engine and bike and all the things that people need to go race Yamaha is pretty turnkey. That's what we're working on right now.
Well, great.
It looks like the 65 is the premier Yamaha that's going to be out there. That's the Babe DeMay tuned Yamaha. Is Yamaha stepping up and helping them out at all, or are they just running for the contingency money, or is that something we don't have public yet?
Well, it's really Babe's program. He put it all together, and we're thankful that he did. He got the bike out there a couple, months ago, which is awesome. We're not quite ready with the program that we've got going yet, so it's kind of a standalone thing, but, I'm here to kind of support him. He's been a long-time Yamaha guy, which is awesome for everybody, and so, I wish we were doing more, but, it is what it is right now.
I have heard there's a few more Yamahas that are in the works. Some different teams are going to be trying the Yamaha, probably because you put that Yamaha contingency out there. So we appreciate, as AMA Pro and all of our fans, appreciate Yamaha Motor Company being on board and helping out the sport of AMA Pro Flat Track.
Yeah, like I said, the first race I went to at Daytona to see Mr. France up there and commit himself in front of everybody that he wanted this to work and he was going to do what he can, meant a lot to me personally because I think that that's what's important right here. Everybody should realize that, and we're excited to be a part of it in some small way, and we thank all the people that have been supporting it over the years, and hope to get on the podium here before too long.
That would be awesome for sure. That's Keith McCarty, ladies and gentlemen, from Yamaha. Keep your eyes on the number 65, Corey Texter, the Babe DeMay tune Yamaha. Keith, we'll let you get back out there. Have a good day, and best luck to you for this entire season.
Very good. Thank you for having me, and good luck to everybody today.
All right,
welcome back.
That's Keith McCarty from Yamaha. We're just a few moments away, about 5 minutes, ladies and gentlemen, from the closing of the open paddock area. We've got opening ceremonies coming up in 5 minutes. Kris, should we get ready for that?
Well, I think we have Danny Medine, the third member of our broadcast team, standing by with Jacob Shoemaker over in the Bonneville Performance Triumph pits. So we are they're getting themselves set up over there. And we're going to go to Danny Medine in the pit side.
All right, thank you guys. Jake Shoemaker, you have a lot going on this weekend. Let's talk a little bit about your new ride.
Yeah, we're riding for the Bonneville Performance Castrol Triumph. Bill Gately's the team owner, and this is the first time that we're going to be debuting the bike this weekend on the national level.
Now, you've had a little time today on the bike. How are you feeling?
I feel good. It's definitely a lot different than what I'm used to with the Kawasaki, and making a lot of changes with the motorcycle, getting it better every time out, so that's what matters. And we're right there. We're not as fast as I'd like to be right now, but that's only, it's going to be faster all through the day, so we've gotten faster and faster, so definitely looking forward to the end of the day.
Let's real quick, what are your expectations today?
I'd be really happy with the top 5. That's my first goal.
Scottie cannot hear you.
Put this bike in the top 5 is going to be with the front pack, run with the front pack. Basically anything can happen at the end of the race. It's just a big chess match, so get in the top 5 would definitely be a good opening statement for the season.
All right, you guys heard it. Be sure to watch Jake Shoemaker. Kris and Scottie, back to you guys.
Thank you, Danny. We got a little unorganization going on here, but we're going to work this out.
We got about 5 minutes left till the paddock will close to the non-credentialed spectators. So at this time, I would like to ask everybody in the pit area, if you do not have a credential, please exit the pit area. We have opening ceremonies coming up at 1. We need all people for opening ceremonies to make their way to the victory podium up here on the stage. I'm going to step out of here for our pre-race show. Are you done? You're done too?
I think we're good. Looking forward to the show. We'll see you in opening ceremonies.
All right, that is it from our pre-race show. We'll have a short break. We have opening ceremonies in 5 minutes. We'll be right back.